Making the windshield. So I'm using this two-part resin over here. It does take a while. You have to stir it for 5 minutes. Make sure you don't do it too fast or you're gonna get a lot of bubbles. I don't have a pressure thing to remove bubbles, so I've seen a lot of videos where people do this, so you just gotta get a very thin line here, and that should help with the bubbles. Just be very careful. Have the windshield ready. I use tape and some tacky blue stuff there to hold everything about leveled. Of course, I'm going to leave the link down below, the one I used. No mold release necessary, or at least I didn't have to use it. Even the instructions said I didn't have to use any mold release. Now, once I have it all nice and there, it took about 15 hours. I did this around 4 p.m., so I just let it sit until that very next day, 8 o'clock in the morning. The instructions say anywhere between 8 hours and 15 hours. So depends on the humidity and the temperature, or where you're doing this. So I put a piece of tape on the roof to cover up the hole. That's the only thing I would have done different. I really needed to make, once I remove the mold, I really need to make that hole so when I make the windshield, it'll be better. But, lesson learned. So now I'm just cutting away all the excess flash. I don't know if you could call it flash. It's not metal. So I'm cutting away everything. Making, using the original windshield as a guide. The better the mold, the better the windshield. I just want to make it to a point where it's easier to identify when it comes time to cutting it out. So now I'm just going to peel it out. You can see this is soft, it's not hard. And now we're ready for the next step. All right, so we are about to make the windshield. I'm going to be trying out these cheats that I bought specifically for the machine. They're 0.6 and they're considered to be hard. They're like this, but they feel very similar to the ones that I've been using. So I'm going to make one of each. Notice that I have space to put two, but I only made one silicone mold. You have to peel this or it's going to get melted. It's white on one side, transparent on the other. So let me get that ready. All right, so I'm gonna peel here the one I ordered from China. I actually ordered it from AliExpress, and it took over a month to get it here. It's the first one I do, so it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a few minutes to heat up. What I do is, you can see I have my other camera recording, and once I see that plastic bending down, I know it's ready. So I turn off the heat, turn on the vacuum, and let it drop. I don't turn off the vacuum immediately. I let it work a little bit. Remove that top part, which is very hot. The plastic might still be a little hot, so I use my X-Acto knife here to take it out. Now I'm gonna do the other one with the acetate, the ones that I normally use. And again, I just heat it up, let it do its thing, and voila. So I'm gonna mark with this green Sharpie the one that's done with acetate, just so you can see the difference. Simple cut there with a regular scissor. And here's the other one. Now the car has a rivet on the roof inside of the roof, so I'm gonna have to cut that part. That's what I mentioned earlier. If I would have maybe glued something on the original windshield so it would create a empty space, it would have been better. Or maybe use hot glue to glue down a straw. It would have created a straight through pass. It might have been better, but you learn as you go. So here it doesn't really fit. You gotta keep cutting at it. And there it is. It doesn't get any better than that. So creating the mold with the inside of the original turned out to be a good idea, and actually replicated the rear view mirror too. And there's a step for the back window too. It's not all flat, so it did an awesome job. You see I'm cutting that area where the rivet on the car is. There you go. Just beautiful. And like I was saying, I'd rather use the acetate one because I can just order it on Amazon. It's a lot quicker. The other one is, I'll tell you the truth, I ordered that last year, so I don't even know what price. And it took like a month to get here. And they're identical. Really identical. You can see that windshield sits just like the original, but better because it's not broken. You can see I might have to clean up a little bit there to make it fit better, but other than that, it's all nice. So let's jump to the last part of the video.